Dear viewers, greetings. In this video, let's see about sulfur cycle. Sulfur cycle is a biogeochemical cycle that describes the movement of sulfur through different reservoirs in the Earth's atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. It starts with the weathering of rocks, which releases sulfur compounds into the soil. Microbial transformation, plant assimilation, decomposition, and atmospheric reactions complete the cycle. The sulfur cycle is important for the synthesis of essential biomolecules such as amino acids and vitamins, and plays a key role in regulating atmospheric and aquatic chemistry. Definition of sulfur cycle. The sulfur cycle is a biogeochemical process in which sulfur moves through Earth's atmosphere, soil, water, and living organisms. Steps of sulfur cycle. The sulfur cycle involves a series of aerobic and anaerobic transformation of sulfur containing molecules. It plays a fundamental role in cellular and ecosystem level processes that influences biological carbon transfer and other biogeochemical cycles. The various steps of sulfur cycle includes decomposition of organic compound, oxidation of hydrogen sulfide to elemental sulfur, oxidation of elemental sulfur to sulfate, reduction of sulfate. Decomposition of organic matter. Dead plants and animals contain sulfur in the form of organic compounds, and decomposer microorganisms break down these organic compounds during the process of decomposition. This breakdown releases sulfur containing compounds including amino acids from proteins. The sulfate gets reduced to hydrogen sulfide by the action of desulfatomaculum bacteria. Protein is converted to amino acid. The sulfate in the presence of organic matter is converted into hydrogen sulfide plus carbon dioxide plus water. The second step is the oxidation of hydrogen sulfide to elemental sulfur. Through microbial and chemical processes, hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to elemental sulfur. Photosynthetic bacteria, such as those from the families of Chlorobiaceae and Chromatiaceae, are involved in this oxidation. Hydrogen sulfide in the presence of oxygen is converted into elemental sulfur plus water. Oxidation of elemental sulfur to sulfate. In the soil, the sulfur is present in elemental form that is not directly usable by plants. Chemolithotropic bacteria, including species like Thiobacillus, oxidize elemental sulfur to sulfate. This conversion makes the sulfur available in the form of plants can assimilate. Example, the elemental sulfur in the presence of oxygen is converted into sulfate. Reduction of sulfate. By the cation of certain bacteria such as desulfovibrio desulfuricans, the sulfates in the soil are reduced back to hydrogen sulfide. The reduction occurs in two steps. First, sulfate are converted into sulfide, and secondly, sulfite are further reduced to hydrogen sulfide. During sulfate reduction, the hydrogen sulfide that is produced is released into the atmosphere, completing the cycle. Sulfate in the presence of organic matter is converted into hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, and water molecule. These are the overall equation. The first step is sulfate in the presence of organic matter is converted into hydrogen sulfide plus carbon dioxide plus water molecule. Hydrogen sulfide in the presence of oxygen is converted into elemental sulfur and water molecule. The elemental sulfur in the presence of oxygen is again converted into sulfate, and the final step consists of two steps, that is, sulfate in the presence of organic matter is converted into hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide and water molecule. So this diagram represents the sulfur cycle. The sulfate in the process of assimilation with the help of plants, microorganisms and animals is converted into organic compounds, and this organic compound undergo mineralization process and converted into hydrogen sulfide, and then the hydrogen sulfide with the help of biological oxidation is converted into elemental sulfur, and again elemental sulfur in the presence of biological oxidation process is again transferred to sulfate. Thank you.